You mentioned you were opposed to euthanasia and suicide assisted. I was wondering why.
It's a whole nother lecture. I mean, it really is. So I'll give you the 4 quick arguments, and then you'll have to read more. One, your idea of who wants euthanasia and assisted suicide is not that person who wants it. Your idea is some person with cancer writhing in pain. Turns out to be false. Almost all those people are people who worry about loss of autonomy, loss of dignity. Most people who select euthanasia are actually pain-free. And it's not about pain. It's about psychological distress, anxiety, depression, hopelessness. I don't think that's a good answer for that. That's the first thing. The second thing is, if you look at, if you think about euthanasia or assisted suicide as a sort of answer to the problem of we do a very bad job of caring for people who are dying, and the answer is we'll improve it by euthanasia and assisted suicide, that's also wrong. Even in Oregon, only 0.3% of the people who die by assisted suicide there. And it's been legal for 18 years or so there. It's just not, there are 99.7% of the population for whom it's irrelevant. And if you want to improve end-of-life care, you got to focus on the big numbers, not the small numbers. Third, most people think it's quick, painless, and flawless. Turns out all of those are true. There's no medical intervention that's quick, painless, and flawless. Right? They're just, even a simple blood draw is not quick, painless, and flawless. All of them have problems. Assisted suicide and euthanasia, we know from early studies that they've had problems. It's actually quite poorly documented, but the Dutch who've done the best show that patients often can't swallow the pills. You can't find a vein. They wake up. They don't actually die. They have prolonged comas for days and days and days, and either die then after 4 or 5 days or don't die. So, the idea that this is a quick, painless, flawless way is just factually incorrect. And the last point I would make is, people say that there's no slippery slope. I do think that the more it's present, the more it's used. The more it's used, the more it's used on cases which we agree are not the cases we would have permitted had we agreed to it, right? Cases of people who are depressed, cases of people who can't consent, children, etc. In Belgium, they've taken away the lower bounds of age. It used to be 12. Anyone above 12 could get euthanasia. Now they've just taken it away. So for all those 4 reasons, I don't want it legalized. And I've had that view for 25 years. And it's ironic, most of the people who are in palliative care and end-of-life care share that view. We can do better.